Fletcher Lord was born June 30th, 1943, in Little Rock. He graduated with a BA in economics at the University of Arkansas Little Rock, 1967.
When I graduated, a lot of people, young people, were going to work in banking, and I thought that was a great idea. And one of the people who worked for Union Bank is a friend of my dad's, and he said, "You can be a banker anytime you want to, but you'll never get another chance to work for your family company like you have now, because if you don't do it, it's gone." And I thought that was pretty good advice and took it.
In the spring of 1903, William Robert Crow moved to Little Rock to take a job as a traveling produce salesman. On a train to Conway, Arkansas, he met a man named J.G. Burlingame.
One of the things they started doing was going to St. Louis to the National Automotive Show. They'd pick out a car and bring it home, and then if people liked it, they could order a car through him, and then he went on to kind of semi-car dealership.
At that time, cars were delivered in boxes and assembled locally. Crow Burlingame began as an accessory shop and later shifted to selling repair and maintenance parts as they soon became in high demand. In 1928, they acquired their first branch in El Dorado. Soon after, they expanded across southern Arkansas and by 1939 owned 32 stores.
I came into a role where they didn't have a clue what to do with me. And I went in and told my boss, I said, "This isn't working." And he said, "I know it's not, and it's my fault. We'll get you out of this office to start with, and we'll put you out there where the world is." So I started traveling, getting familiar with the different markets that we went to. My grandfather had told me very early on in my youth that you don't have any problems if you don't have people problems. And if you got good people, you don't have any problems. And so it was all about trying to recruit and keep and motivate good people.
In 1979, Fletcher Lord Jr. took over for his father, and Bobby Lord became VP of the company.
The people who started this business invented it. It didn't exist before. So they didn't know how much could you charge and sell it and make money doing it. They learned it all. And so there was a challenge to get our aging management team to accept a new role as a growing, leveraged company. It was exciting because it offered you possibilities that you never really thought about before. I was president of the company, but I really worked for the guy who ran the company. One day he said, "I'm way past retirement age in my mind. I think I'm gonna retire because you're going in a direction that I've never been comfortable going, and I'm happy to see you do it."
In 1994, Fletcher Lord Jr. led Crow Burlingame to be recognized nationally as one of the largest, best managed, privately owned parts store operations in the country. From one generation to the next, Crow Burlingame has grown from 46 stores when Fletcher Lord Jr. took over to more than 300 locations and 2,000 people in the company's network today.
The key to making a business run, we put most of everything we've ever made back in the business. Most businesses are 1 or 2 generations. And so you wind up with a very small number of survivors in any business simply because the successors don't want to stay or can't. Well, we just finished our 100th anniversary in 19. Not many people achieve that. For us to be sitting here with the 4th generation is unheard of. But I haven't revolutionized the business. The fact that we stayed is unique.
With the support of Fletcher Lord Jr., his wife Diane, and his 3 children, Conley, Catherine, and Fletcher III, Crow Burlingame continues to grow. As the company looks toward a promising 4th generation, it still stands behind one principle that has brought it to the success it sees today.
One of the things that I learned a long time ago was that you ought to surround yourself with the best people you can. And you don't need to be the best at everything, but you got to have a lot of people who are. And so in this next generation, my son's here, but my son-in-law's here and my nephew's here, all taking different roles and all doing a great job. And so Ben Butler and Crow Lord are both an integral part of the future of this company, and to get 3 family members that are qualified who come on board enthusiastically is unheard of, I think.
What started as a small, family-owned local auto parts store is today an industry leader. Fletcher Lord Jr. received the 2009 Leader of the Year Award and the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Aftermarket Warehouse Distributors Association, the highest recognitions in his industry. In addition to his leadership at Crow Burlingame, He chaired the annual giving campaign at Second Presbyterian Church in Little Rock, raised money for improvements of facilities at Catholic High School for Boys, and named a UAF Lifetime Trustee. He is also president of the Crow-Burlingame Foundation, which has a long history of giving to over 70 different nonprofit organizations, many for the benefit of children, such as Cabot High School's Auto Technology Department, Children's Advocacy Centers, the Boys and Girls Club of Central Arkansas, Arkansas Children's Hospital, and the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts.
I must say, when I was visited with about this happening, I was pretty shocked. I didn't really feel like that I was expecting that. There's a lot of people that are pretty noteworthy, and I don't particularly consider myself noteworthy. I've just got a good train to ride, and I took a good ride on it. But I felt a pride in our company and tried to exhibit that forever, and still do.